The year is 1957. February in Philadelphia sends a chill through the air. A young man walks along Susquehanna Road, his dog by his side. The dog, curious, veers off the path and into the woods. It's a moment that will be etched in the city's memory forever. The man follows his dog, his heart pounding. He sees something. A cardboard box, discarded amongst the trees. He'll never forget what he sees inside. The box holds a tragedy. A small boy lies inside, his life taken too soon. He is naked, his body bearing the marks of brutality. The man stumbles back, horror washing over him. He calls the police. The sirens wail, a mournful echo in the cold February air. The discovery sends shockwaves through Philadelphia. Who was this boy? Who could do something so horrific? The questions hang heavy in the air, unanswered. The search for answers begins, but the path is shrouded in darkness. The boy is small, likely between the ages of 3 and 7. He lies in the box, his body positioned with a chilling carefulness. He is undernourished, a testament to a life of neglect. But amidst the horrors there are glimmers of care. His hair is neatly cut, his nails clean. It's a baffling contradiction, a puzzle piece that doesn't fit. He clutches a faded plaid blanket, a possible clue to his identity. But the blanket only deepens the mystery. The trail runs cold, leading investigators to dead ends. The boy becomes known as America's unknown child, a stark reminder of a life cut short and a mystery unsolved. Days turn into weeks, weeks into months. The boy's face, frozen in time, stares out from missing posters plastered across the city. The community is left reeling, haunted by the image of innocence lost. The case grips Philadelphia, becoming a chilling fixture in the city's history. But the boy in the box remains nameless, his story untold. He becomes a symbol of unanswered questions, a reminder that even in the city of brotherly love, darkness can lurk in the shadows. Every piece of evidence is a whisper, a fragment of a story waiting to be told. The cardboard box, a J.C. Penney bassinet box, offers no leads. It's a common item, easily acquired and discarded. The faded plaid blanket, a potential link to the boy's past, leads investigators down a winding path that eventually fades into nothing. The boy's body speaks of suffering. The bruises, the malnourishment, all point to a life filled with pain. But his neatly cut hair and clean nails suggest a more complex narrative. Was he cared for at times, only to be discarded in the end? The evidence paints a picture of contradiction, leaving investigators grappling with more questions than answers. The autopsy report is another piece of the puzzle. The cause of death: blunt force trauma. The boy suffered a brutal end, but the details of his final moments remain elusive. The report provides some answers, but it also raises new questions, fueling the mystery that surrounds the case. The whispers of evidence are tantalizing yet frustratingly incomplete. They offer glimpses into the boy's life and death, but the full picture remains frustratingly out of reach. The investigation continues, driven by the hope that one day the whispers will turn into a voice, revealing the truth about the boy in the box. As the investigation deepens, shadows of doubt are cast on various individuals. Witnesses come forward with fragments of information, piecing together a hazy picture of the boy's final days. A woman reports seeing a young boy matching the victim's description with a man and a woman near the area where the body was found. But the details are vague, the trail growing cold with each passing day. A man claims to have seen the boy in the company of a woman at a local diner. He remembers the boy's sadness, the way he clung to the woman's side. The information is intriguing, but it leads to a dead end. The woman is never identified, her connection to the boy remaining a mystery. Rumors circulate, whispers of child trafficking rings and possible connections to foster homes. The police investigate each lead, but the truth remains elusive. Every shadow of doubt leads investigators down a different path, but none of them lead to the boy's identity or the person responsible for his death. The case takes its toll on the investigators. The boy's story, his unknown past and tragic end weighs heavily on their minds. They are haunted by the image of his small body, discarded like trash. The need for justice burns bright, but the path to it remains shrouded in darkness. As the investigation progressed, more and more individuals came forward, each with their own story. Some claimed to have seen suspicious figures lurking in the shadows, while others remembered hearing unsettling noises late at night. But, despite the influx of new information, the authorities were no closer to identifying a suspect. The faces in the crowd seemed to blur together, each one a potential witness, or perhaps a potential suspect. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months. The initial urgency of the investigation began to wane, replaced by a slow, grinding determination. Each new lead seemed to fizzle out, leaving the detectives frustrated and the community on edge. The media's interest started to fade, but for those involved, the case remained a consuming, unsolved mystery. The investigation dragged on with no clear end in sight. Over 6 decades after his death in 2022, the boy known as the boy in the box was finally identified. Using DNA evidence and advanced genealogical research, a team of experts was able to trace his family lineage. The boy was identified as Joseph Augustus Zarelli, born in 1953, and his family had lived in the Philadelphia area at the time of his death. This breakthrough was made possible through DNA testing, which compared samples from the boy's remains with genetic databases and connected them to distant relatives. While the identification offered some closure to the case, it raised new questions about the boy's life and the circumstances that led to his tragic death. His family was located, and though the boy's parents are believed to have passed away, investigators are continuing to explore new leads to uncover the full story behind his death. Despite our discoveries, many questions remain unanswered. What truly happened on that fateful day? Who were the key players involved, and what were their motives? The more we uncover, the more elusive the truth seems to become. It's as if the answers are just out of reach, hidden in the shadows of time. We remember the boy, not just as a figure in this story, but as a person with hopes, dreams, and a life ahead of him. His memory serves as a poignant reminder of the fragility of life and the impact of our actions. As we piece together his story, we honor his memory and strive to bring justice to his name. If you found this story compelling, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more unsolved mysteries. Your support helps us continue to uncover and share these important stories.